I watch a new film every other day. Follow along for recommendations and reviews. Today, I'm back from the cinema from watching the movie Headless. Now, this film, I'm going to start with the positives. The first thing that I want to say is that I want to give a big shout out to the crew. By crew, I mean the director, the lighting person, the person that did sound. Like on a technical, this is so good. Even I mean, a man jumped off of a bridge into the water. This is in the trailer. Like you cannot say that effort was not put into this film. A lot of effort was put in, and I have to give a big shout out to the crew. I also have to give a shout out to the actors like Femi Branch, our man. You know we love him in the VDK Film Club. He did us well. Gideon Okeke, another VDK Film Club fave. He did us very very well here. Gbubemi did well. Uzoamaka did well. This is the first time that we're seeing Baaj on the VDK Film Club, and he did so well. You know, he did like a limp, he did like a voice, like he did very well in this, and he gave something. So I have to also shout him out. This film, what is it about? It's about a man who is discovered with the head of an actress in his car, you know, beheaded, and how did he get here? All of that. This is a mystery thriller. And if you know anything about me, mystery thrillers are my bread and butter. That is, they are my jam. They are my thing. So if you have a mystery thriller, by the way, especially a Nigerian one, please send it my way because we don't have enough of them. So when I saw this film, there was nothing that was keeping me from that cinema. I was going to watch this film. So you can understand when I tell you that I am the audience of this film. And this film is very much for the audience of mystery thriller. If you don't like a mystery thriller, you probably don't even like this film. And when I tell you I am the audience, and that is why I tell you that this film, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but I have to say, like, I don't know if the person that wrote this film even knows the cardinal thing of mystery thrillers. As a student, and anybody that watches mystery thrillers, when you watch this film, I can't for this film to come out for you guys to watch it or for you to go to cinema and go and watch it because you see what I'm talking about when you see it. This film, in a film about an investigative journal, like an investigation going on for a mystery, for something that is going on, the investigator has to investigate and find information. The way information comes out has to be. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but oh my god, this film is by the beginning I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. By the middle I was like, and by the end I did not like. Oh my god, I have so many things to say about this film that are not positive from the story and mystery thriller perspective. And so if you've watched this film, spoilers ahead, because we're talking about it with spoilers. So spoilers ahead in 3, 2, 1. Let us go. All right, now we're in the spoiler section. Please, if you're going to write a comment that has spoilers, just write spoiler alert and then write your comment so that we don't spoil for people that have not yet watched it. All right, let's start talking. The first thing I want to say, as I told you, is that this film started so well. You know, at first we are getting answers to stuff like, for example, why even this department in the police has all this gear. Shegun Avinze is like, oh, it's your Kinikon that even got you guys this very standard equipment here. So you're like, okay, that's why they have this kind of equipment in the Nigerian police. We start finding out all the things that we do not know about the victim, you know, murder weapon or no, relationship with this one or no, like all the unknowns that they are writing. And I'm like, oh, setting us up for a very good investigation. We have so many questions to answer, such an investigation to go on. We even get when Jane talks to Gideon Okeke's character and she's first asking him, like, what's the relationship with the victim? He's like, I don't know her. The next thing, he's like, I know her. And we're like, is he a liar? What is going on? So many questions are already piling up here, which is good for a mystery thriller. The good thing about mystery thrillers and why we really love them is that you're doing your own personal investigation and you're having your own guesses. At this point, my guess is that maybe the girl, the actress, was doing something with a rich man, you know, Femi Branch's character, and you know the man killed her and is now getting Baj's character, the lawyer, to cover it up for him. That is my first guess, right? And I'm like, okay, let's see what the film will tell us. Shegun Arinze says, oh, you will have 24 hours. This is an open short case. First thing that I see is, okay, now we have started the countdown. This has to be solved within 24 hours. Tell me why later in this film, this man, Gideon Okeke's character, goes to the cell, comes out. It's a whole new day. And we're going to completely ignore the fact that I thought we were doing a countdown. I thought this was a 24-hour countdown we were doing. This has passed one day. We're not going to address that. That was already my first thing. And then one thing I liked was the planting of the bomb part of it, because at first I was like, what is going on? But then I found out that it was Jane herself that like got the fake bomb and did this whole thing to kind of like get Gideon's character out. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, and I like that. The film kept on going, and later on in the film, when we start seeing like Baj's POV, I'm like, okay, I feel like Baj is the one that killed this girl because he wanted what his boss had. So that's my working theory, and I was like, I can't wait to see what the investigation unravels. This is where the problem with this film and what I keep talking about, the cardinal sin of this film is that when you're doing a film like this where there's an investigator investigating things, the investigator has to be the one to find evidence. She has to be the one to start giving us things. We cannot have Baj's character tell us everything unprovoked. Baji's character in this film literally gives us every single revelation, either from his POV in the flashback or when he just tells us out of his mouth, unprovoked. That is, he was not even like in the hot seat by the police as they're talking. No, 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 no. This is the film tells us every single thing that happens from Baji's POV and from Baji's mouth. Do you know how that is such a no? Because with mystery thrillers, what makes them compelling, what makes it interesting, is that you know where your story is going as the writer. You know what the answers to the puzzle are. You start to scatter the puzzle pieces, and then the whole point is that we are going to go around with the investigator through the eyes of the investigator or other characters to piece it together, to put the puzzle piece together. That is the point. To now have a film that it is Baaj that tells us about the meat business. It is him that talks out of his mouth. He tells us about the fact that he took the bullet that cost his limb. He tells us about the fact that he's the one that planted the girls. Even the initial, the like final revelation that he's the one that killed Omalara. When Gideon Okeke's character says it like he's the one that killed Omalara, it was Baaj that told him. So what was the point of the investigators? What did the investigator investigate and find out? What was her own? It's like Inspector Jane existed in this film only to come at the ending and arrest Baaj. That is all. Because what did Jane do? In a mystery thriller, that you sat us down here and you told us you are going to come and watch a mystery thriller, investigate what happened, how did this thing end up in this girl's in this man's car, and at the end of your film, what it is and what we have now watched is that we have essentially done this monologue unprovoked from the villain telling us in very clear terms how I did it all. That is your film. And that is where I said you have lost me. Because then this is not a mystery thriller. Even the Onome thing at the end, please, you and I knew that Onome was probably shady. We knew it from beginning. So at the end, Seth, that was not even a very solid payoff for me. So then at the end of the day, we have watched this whole film that is so well done, so well shot, so much energy has gone in, it looks good, acting performances are great. But the story you're telling me is not even a mystery thriller. This is basically a monologue of the villain telling us all the bad things that he did unprovoked. That is what I watched. And that is my biggest issue with this film. Especially as a person like this is I'm a child of this genre. Oh, I was pissed off. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to be very clear, and I'm going to be very honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because that's exactly how I felt coming out of that cinema. I was so disappointed. And so that is my very honest review of this film. I wish I loved it. I wish I did, but I absolutely did not because it's not even a mystery thriller as far as I'm concerned. It was not. If you have watched this film, I'm very curious to know what you think about it. So please let me know in the comment section. Also, if you've watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I'm the curator of the VDK Film Club, where every other day we watch something new and we just about it like we've done today. Follow along. All right. Until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.